fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, for Top 10 on the 10th, I'll be covering my top 10 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. But first, a word from our sponsors. The rules of this top 10 list, well, they're pretty simple. Rule number 1, I have to have seen the movie. Obviously, if I haven't seen the movie, I can't put it on my top 10 list. Rule number 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger has to play the lead role. And by that I mean, for example, none of the Terminator movies will be on this list. Because while Arnold Schwarzenegger did play the Terminator, the main character of all of those movies was either John or Sarah Connor. Arnold Schwarzenegger never played any of those roles, so those movies are not eligible to be on this list. And rule number 3, these are about the movies I find to be the most entertaining, not necessarily the best made movies. So if a movie's horribly made, but it's so much fun to watch, it's going to be higher up on the list than a movie that's well made, but less entertaining. Coming in at number 10, we have Last Action Hero. This is a movie, it's so much fun. It's about a kid who basically gets sucked into a movie with his favorite action hero star. And it's just all the over-the-top. It's kind of a spoof on the over-the-top action movies that Arnold Schwarzenegger is known for. It's so much fun. I mean, it's not necessarily a good movie per se. It's got its massive flaws, but it's so much fun. It's entertaining. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's entertaining. Well, I just said it's entertaining, so obviously it is entertaining. But it's a joyride. It's fun. It doesn't take itself seriously. It laughs at itself. It makes fun of itself, and that's why I enjoy it. Yes, the acting is cheesy. They're chewing on the scenery, but it's making fun of itself. It's not taking itself seriously. It is a fun movie to watch, and that's why Last Action Hero comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have Sabotage, a fun movie. Well, it's a dark, gritty, it's not like fun, happy playtime type movie. No, it's a hard-hitting, dark movie about this elite police unit, kind of like, not really SWAT, more like a specialized unit of the police force, and they do the stuff that SWAT can't. And it's just gritty, hard-hitting. You know, they do some questionable stuff, and as a result, they have all kind of developed kind of these vices that are, you know, illegal and immoral. I mean, these aren't nice people, but they get good results. It's that kind of thing. And it's so much fun. You know, they did this heist, but there was a crap ton of money involved, and somebody stole all the money and sabotaged the whole mission, and they're trying to figure out who took it, who screwed over the group, who stole the money, where is it, and what happened to the money. It's a fun movie. It's entertaining. It's, like I said, it's not like a happy fun time movie, but, you know, the fights are awesome. The gun battles are amazing. It is a fun, energetic, hard-hitting, gritty movie. And that's why Sabotage comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we have Kindergarten Cop. This is a genuinely fun movie. It is easily the one on this list that seems the most out of place. Because, well, it's not an action movie. It is, but it's not. It's a children's action movie. And it's so much fun. Arnold Schwarzenegger's playing this guy who's completely out of his element and trying to teach this kindergarten class. And he pulls it off beautifully. And it's just, he's so out of his element, or at least he seems so out of his element. Here's this guy who's been playing this muscular beefcake action hero guy, like the personification of an action figure. He's been playing that for his entire career, and here he is teaching a kindergarten class. It's amazing. He's so out of his element, and that's part of what sells the movie. It's so much fun. It's so great seeing him in this role that he's relatively unsure at, and seeing him uncomfortable. Well, maybe not Arnold Schwarzenegger specifically, but seeing him play this character that's so unlike anything else he's ever done. Kindergarten Cop is so much fun to watch, and that's why it comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have Predator. I mean, come on, this is a movie about a buff army guy in the jungle fighting an alien. What else do I have to say about this movie? I mean, that alone sums up why this movie is great. I mean, it has some of the most iconic lines in movie history, like Jesse Ventura saying, "I ain't got time to bleed." It's so much fun, and who can forget the whole "get to the chopper"? I mean, come on, this movie has so many iconic lines. It's such an iconic movie. This is a staple of action movie, of Arnold Schwarzenegger's whole library of work. This is an amazing movie. Yes, I think Predator 2 was better, but this is still a great movie. The first Predator is still a fantastic, amazing movie, and that's why it comes in at number 7. Coming in at number 6, we have True Lies. A fun story, a fun movie about this guy who's like a secret government agent, but he tells his wife that he's actually selling computers or some nonsense. I can't remember exactly what his cover story was, what he said he was selling, but he was actually a government agent, and he was going on missions and stuff, and blowing up bad guys and shooting stuff, and he was an expert in missiles and armaments and guns and stuff, and it was so much fun. It came out, his wife found out that he was well versed in all this stuff, when he could identify this giant rocket right in front of him. This is such a fun movie. It's an entertaining movie. I mean, this is one of those movies where like, this can't be real. But it is. It's so over the top. It's so ridiculously over the top that it's fun and exciting and just absolutely amazing. And that is why True Lies comes in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, we have Eraser. A fun, exciting, entertaining movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger plays this guy who works for the U.S. Marshal Service in the whole witness protection program thing. And he's trying to get people new identities so they don't get killed when they testify in courts and stuff. And it's about this guy who's trying to kill one of those witnesses, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is doing everything he can to keep her safe. It is fun. It is exciting. It's funny. It's silly at times. There's a moment where it doesn't take itself seriously. But it is such a fun, exciting, and entertaining movie. This is a fantastic film. The cast is amazing. The acting is fantastic. The story is stupendous. This is a fun and great movie, and I realized I've said this is a fun movie at least 4 or 5 times now, but it's so true. This is a great movie. It's very entertaining, and that is why Eraser comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have The Running Man. A very good movie. This is, I mean, when you compare it to its source material, The Running Man novel, it's crap because it's nothing like the book, but on its own, it's a fun, entertaining, engaging, and just amazing movie. It's about this game show where they take people called running men, they take criminals and send them through basically this death game where they basically have to go up against 3 different stalkers, and it's a kill or be killed situation. And the stalkers have all these weapons and stuff, and their specialized skills, like Fireball's got a flamethrower, Dynamo's got this thing that shoots out electricity, Buzzsaw's got a chainsaw, and Professor Sub-Zero plays hockey and has a hockey stick with a blade on it. That one doesn't really make a lot of sense, but anyway, hockey and cold stuff, I guess. But it's a fun movie. It doesn't take itself seriously. It's definitely a product of its time. This thing was made in 1987, and it's clearly influenced by professional wrestling and game shows at the time, and it's so much fun. I mean, the guy who's playing Killian, the main villain of the movie, was also the host of Family Feud at the time. I mean, it is a fun, entertaining movie. You can't really take itself too seriously because otherwise you're missing the whole point of the movie, but it's so much fun to watch. It's so entertaining, and oh my God, is it gorgeous to look at. It is absolutely a fantastic movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. And that's why The Running Man comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have Total Recall. Oh, I don't want to say it's a fun movie because I've been saying that too damn much, but it is. It's a fun movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger's had his mind. He goes to this place called Total Recall and has like this secret agent memory implanted into his brain and remembers, oh wait, he actually is a secret agent and he did go to Mars and he was doing all this stuff. This is true. These aren't, this isn't a memory implant. This is real life. This really happened. The government or some corporation erased his memory to make him think that he was just this, this guy who, was a construction worker and did all this other stuff. But it's such a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. They go to Mars in it. It's got very iconic scenes. You've got the hooker with the 3 boobs. That's pretty iconic from what I've been told. You got the lady who's like 2 weeks. The whole disguise of how he's getting into Mars and stuff. This is a fun movie. It's an entertaining movie. It was very well done. The special effects are fantastic, considering this movie was made in 1990. I mean, this is a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. And that's why Total Recall comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Commando. This is easily the first Arnold Schwarzenegger movie I ever saw in my life. So it has to be on this list just out of pure nostalgia. But it's still an amazing and fun movie. I mean, this movie is where Arnold Schwarzenegger is the personification of an action figure. I mean, we're talking biceps the sizes of prize-winning hams, pecs that could crush a fucking tree. I mean, this guy is a human action figure in this movie, and it's glorious. He is Action Man. He is Action Hero. I mean, this is just what it is. I mean, this is easily his most buff movie. Well, maybe Hercules in New York when he was still a bodybuilder. He was more buff than that, but still, when he just started doing straight acting, oh my God, he's a freaking Adonis, just carved out of granite. And I just realized I spent about a minute talking about how buff Arnold Schwarzenegger was. It's kind of weird. But anyway, this movie is amazing. I mean, we're talking, he's going off and going after someone who kidnapped his daughter and killed all these guys from his old military unit. And he's just going around kicking ass and taking names. And you know what? He doesn't even care about the names. He's just going around kicking ass and blowing stuff up and ripping seats out of cars and throwing people off cliffs and stuff. It is amazing. Commando is an amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, action-filled, entertaining movie. Yeah, you don't really have to think about it. It's one of those movies where you shut your brain off and are just entertained the whole damn time. But that's why it's good. And that is why Commando comes in at number 2. And my number 1 Arnold Schwarzenegger movie is The Last Stand. This is a fun movie. I mean, it's got Johnny Knoxville in it playing the comedic sidekick. I mean, it's gotta be fun. I mean, we're talking, gunfights, blowing stuff up, car chases, Arnold Schwarzenegger making fun of the fact that he's old and out of shape-ish now. I mean, it is a fun, fantastic, entertaining, glorious movie. It even has Forrest Whitaker in it. I mean, come on. Forrest Whitaker is in this dumb action movie. It's so much fun. It's so entertaining. It's about this drug lord who escapes and he's trying to flee to Mexico. And there's this tiny little town where there's this little gorge, but it's just big enough for them to put a bridge there. So he's going to cross it on a bridge through this little town instead of going through the border crossing. That's about, an hour drive away. So he's going through this little bridge in this town, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and his band of deputies are like, all right, we're gonna fight him and kill some stuff and blow some stuff up, and it's gonna be a fun time, and I'm gonna drive this Mustang through a cornfield. It's gonna be great. Except it wasn't a Mustang, it was a Camaro. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Chevy product placement out the yin yang. Yeah, moving on. I mean, this was a fun, entertaining movie. It's glorious. It's so much good. And then I highly recommend that you watch it. I'm not going to be reviewing it for my channel because it went to theaters, so that sucks for me because I really wanted to. But this is a glorious, entertaining movie, and I strongly suggest that you check it out. And that's why The Last Stand comes in at number 1. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week and top 10 lists posted on the 10th of every month. Also, if you have any recommendations for things you would like me to cover in the future, please leave them in the comments below and follow us on Twitter at explosions_TV. Thank you and have a nice day.